What's in your pantry? I thought today might be a good day to tell you about what I have in my refrigerator and what I have in my pantry. A lot of you have written to me and said, isn't it expensive to be a vegetarian? But I'm here to tell you it isn't. It's actually cheaper. If you plan well and you know what you need to be eating, you don't waste nearly as much money. So let me show you what's in my pantry. We're going to go over here and see what I have and how I store it. I have lots of dried beans and garbanzo beans. I love these storage containers that I get at Bed Bath & Beyond. They latch like this and they have a rim that keeps the air out and keeps the product fresh. So Bed Bath & Beyond, a storage unit like this, and it's plastic and it comes in 4 or 5 different sizes, and I have quite a few of them, but they work great to keep beans and all kinds of things fresh. So I keep all the things that might be dinner, late lunch, whatever you want to call it, here on the top shelf. These are all dried beans. I have cereal just in case in the summer. I think this has been here for 6 months. It's probably no longer good, but it's in case I don't have time to eat what I should. I'll have some sort of almost healthy cereal to eat. This is heart healthy Kashi cereal with blueberry clusters. I often have tea. This one is a blueberry green tea, and this one is green tea tropical from Mighty Leaf. And those are both great teas. I often have hot tea during the week for breakfast, and then on the weekend I allow myself some coffee. So that's why you see some seasonal coffees down there. This is all of the things that I use to make breakfast. Not this is quinoa, but these lentils and the different grains are what I use to make my breakfast. There's different kinds of oatmeal and groats in the same kind of container that I showed you before. Makes everything easy and keeps it fresh because it's in an airtight container. So this is what I would use to make breakfast, and I just take out a container at a time. Quinoa is often what I have with lunch. You just cook that in water or in vegetable stock. So that's a good thing to have on hand. And I was going to show you something else. This is my dates and raisins and cranberries. This is something that's left over that wouldn't fit in this container from when I went to the Amish store to buy bulk. This is $3.80 and it was filled up to here, and that's garbanzo beans. So I'll eat these garbanzo beans for probably 6 months. Much cheaper than you would think than going and buying them in the store. So all you have to remember is to soak them the day before and then cook them in vegetable stock for 20-30 minutes until you get the consistency and tenderness that you want. So it's all very easy. Just do a little bit of research. Go on YouTube. There's lots of different chefs that show you how to make dried beans and mix greens with them and all kinds of vegetables. So while I'm fixing breakfast, sometimes I start soaking the beans for the next day at lunch. And this is my favorite drawer of my new refrigerator. This is where I keep fruit and vegetables. Now I haven't been to the grocery store in a couple of weeks because it's the holidays. So I have apples and pears still here. If I get hungry, that's what I eat. There's 1 potato left over from when I made 2 potatoes left over from when I made dinner for my family. But you can see I don't keep a lot of junk on hand that is tempting to eat. This is my freezer. I have different frozen vegetables, and Brussels sprouts are one of my favorites. I often put that in soup. I have cornmeal that's been there for probably a year. I never use it. Then this is the top part of the refrigerator. This is the good part. I use Almond Breeze unsweetened vanilla almond milk to cook with. If I get hungry, I have a little handful, and that means a handful, not like this, but a handful of peanuts after my meal if I want something salty or tasty. Occasionally we'll use unsalted butter. You can always add your own salt. Sometimes you need butter for something, so that's the kind I use. Mostly these are the things that I eat. The chia seeds, all different kinds of amaranth and that kind of thing. This is amaranth grain that I get, and it's organic, and this whole bag was $7.25. This will last me for probably a year because I only use a couple of, maybe 1 tablespoon when I make oatmeal, and I make enough oatmeal that power porridge that I told you about. I make enough to last me for like a week, or excuse me, maybe 3 days. So not much in here for junk food, is there? So these are things I got from nuts.com. Organic almonds. These are Brazil nuts. They're really good for you. I'm almost finished with those. And my lemons that I use every day in my water. This is something I wanted to talk to you about. Organic tempeh. This is the flax flavor. This is soybeans that have been fermented. You can cut it up and saute it like it was a piece of chicken and eat it with your salad, with your vegetables. That's a great thing to have on hand, and it's very good for you. So yes, I do eat that. Pretty much that's about it. I don't have a lot of junk on hand to tempt me. No cookies, crackers, nothing like that. I buy fresh fruits and vegetables when they're in season, and I go to the grocery about 2 or 3 times a week, and I eat as often as possible fresh, organic and local when it's in season, fruits and vegetables, and drink lots of water, and that's about it. I don't do a lot of exercises every day. Don't go to the gym all the time. I don't go to the gym at all anymore, actually. And a lot of you write and say, oh, it's so much trouble, it's so much work, and it's expensive. But it really isn't. I spend a lot less on groceries than I used to when I was eating the typical Western diet. And I spend no money on medication now. So I go with the natural eating green that I keep telling you about. I hope this has been helpful to you. And thank you very much for watching. This is Susan from 50notfrumpy.com.